Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, many blessings, and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the house of David, the Bayaf Dawadah, for whom these epistles are written for in these last days. Shalom to the elect. I just wanted to go into a lesson on this article. Not going to be a real long lesson, Lord willing. And I pray that it's edifying for those of you that have the eyes salve and the ears to hear. And, let's get right into it, right? As you can see on the screen right here. All right, this is from Helsinki Times, all right? It says CIA's Operation Mockingbird, a precursor of U.S. manipulation of world public opinion. And, when we go into topics like this, it's more of the exposing of Esau's system, the way he runs this world, the way he looks at the world, how he operates, how he moves. He uses many different devices. When we talk about the sword, it's not necessarily just talking about his profoundness for weaponry, right? Like guns, ammo, knives, things of that nature. All right, Esau comes in a myriad of ways, and his sword is multifaceted. Okay, it's not just the sword itself that can hurt you by piercing your flesh, but also he has a sword to manipulate the opinion of the world. Okay, which it says in Revelation that he will go through the earth, all right, deceiving. Okay, the world would follow after her. Okay. Because remember, the Lord used this devil as a golden cup, all right, and this is prime example of that. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "Lest Satan should get advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices," and this is one of his many devices. Okay, and we understand that the Lord is the one that set him up in the power to do what he's doing. All right, you got to understand that the Lord is the one that's allowing this devil to do what he's doing. This is Daniel. Okay, because I don't want to make this a long lesson, wanted to bring out another if I could. This is Daniel 4:17. It says, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand of by the word of the holy ones," which is the prophets, "to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men." That's right, and that's the point. The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So when you see this devil, all right, which we're going to play a video, fair use. All right, we're gonna play a video, and this devil is going to, this devil on a daily basis, man. He brings it out, man. Okay, his wicked plan of world domination, all right, with the Israelites expelled off the earth. That's ultimately what he wants to do. And we're here as the prophets of Yahweh Shemal Shai, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. We're here to call his ass out, and we're doing that. It says, "And giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the basis of men." That's right. So the base of men, which is the uncooked chicken himself, the so-called white man, is out here, okay, wrecking shop, causing havoc, doing exactly what he was created to do. All right, which is be completely destructive, go through the entire earth, cause mayhem, bring no peace to the earth, and that's what the Heavenly Father wanted him to do. And let's prove that. Let's go to Jeremiah, because I quoted it earlier. This is Jeremiah 51 and Jeremiah 51:7. It says, "Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand." It says, "that made all the earth drunken." Drunken with what? Drunken with the wine of their philosophy. Okay, because wine and fruit and things of that nature, and a lot of times food, all right, bread, okay, that can be likened unto the fruit or things that the Lord wants you to understand about his plan, all right, what he's trying to do, for those of you that have the eyes salve and the ears to hear, all right. It says, "Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad." They bought into the propaganda. They bought hook, line, and sinker into the so-called white man's propaganda, everything that he does. But guess what? The Lord raised up men that would not bow the knee to the image of Baal. We got that. Let's go to Romans. We're going to go precept heavy, kind of, know what I'm saying? That's the spirit that's moving on me right now. This is Romans 11 and 11 and 4. Romans 11 and 4 says, "But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men," which 7 just means completion. All right. It says, "who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal." That's right. So this is a part of the image of Baal. His media. Okay. His media is a part of the image of Baal. All right. His ways. Okay. The way he runs his society is all a part of his image. It ain't just a picture of Caesar Borgia, okay? It's the way he runs this society, the way he looks at this world, the way he looks at life, all right? We know that he's not a man of life, he's a man of death, okay? The beast man, all right? He's beast-like in all his ways, all right? So even when he comes with this with this media blitz where he's going to try to, make it accuse us of being something that we're not. All right, we understand this. We're not offended at prophecy. It's all a part of prophecy. We know that the devil's gonna come how he is. All right, the Lord set him up to do that, huh? It says, let's go back to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 51 and 7 again. It says, "Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hands." It says, "that made all the earth drunken." That's right. So the earth is drunken, all right, behind the philosophy of Babylon the Great, America's descent into destruction, huh? It says, destructive nature anyway. It says, "the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad." And the Lord set this devil up to do exactly what he's doing, okay? Like we already read in Daniel 4 and 17, all right? He set up over it the basis of men, all right? This is Revelation 6 and 4. "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth." Who does that sound like? Okay, who's the chief MFer out here that's ruling and taking peace from the entire earth where no one feels, anxiety is at an all-time high. There's a term called languishing, which was in the scriptures anyway, Isaiah 24. All of this is relative to the rulership of Esau Edom. That's why we tell you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans not to envy this devil, because his end is going to be gigantic, okay, to say the least. All right, biblical, what they would say. All right, it says, "and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." And understand, that sword ain't necessarily just talking about him shooting and stabbing and, blowing up with nukes. No. This is a part of his sword as well. And let's get that. And going back into the article from Helsinki Times, it says CIA Operation Mockingbird, a precursor of U.S. manipulation of world public opinion, right? It says during the Cold War, the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, launched its Operation Mockingbird, which aimed to collect intelligence by bribing journalists and institutions around the world and affecting public opinion by manipulating news media. Carl Bernstein, which is a small hat himself, 1948, all right, or the brother out there in San Francisco say a 1940 faker. It says a famous American investigative journalist who unveiled the scandal in 1977 said that according to the plan, the CIA recruited journalists that were put on a payroll by the CIA and instructed to write fake stories. Now, do you believe us? It says the CIA admitted that at least 400 journalists and 25 large organizations, New York Times, Washington Post, I ain't saying nothing. It says large organizations around the world had secretly carried out assignments for the agency, huh? The Sacramento Bee, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the Miami Herald, just to name a few. just to name a few, okay? It says, to this day, the CIA still attempts to monitor and manipulate public opinion through this despicable practice. The so-called truth that underpins a news story from the perspective of the U.S. government, it says, is not worth mentioning at all, with news media just being used as a tool to safeguard the country's hegemony in the world. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I'm just reading a news article. Huh? But you call us sea theorists, huh? Huh? You call us people that believe in these fantastical stories, all right, made up in our minds, all right, that a small number of men rule the entire earth, all right, through a wicked means, huh? Scripture says they will be revealed in this time, huh? It says, and they take peace from the earth. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. That's right. We're exposing these devils. He's being shown for what he truly is. Now, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans don't want to accept that because that's your daddy. All right, 2/3 of you anyway. All right, you love him. You love his ways. You've been his pet for 400 plus years. So you don't see any other way. Being the so-called white man's pet is the end all for 2/3 of the nation of Israel. All right, just gonna say it like that. But for the rest of us that actually see this devil for what he is, and for the small amount of us that call him out for it, hey, we're looking for something bigger and better. We're looking for our next glory, which is the kingdom of heaven under Yahweh Shai Mashiach. All right, in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. I know that they don't want us to teach in those names. That's why they pay out particular groups of Israelites, all right, with those 501c3s. So that's a part of his sword as well. That 501c3 to pay off Jake, huh? We're not ignorant of your devices, Satan. We're not. We know exactly what you're up to. And whenever there's a so-called event, we know when to call you out. We know a lot of that's inside, inside trading. Verse 4 says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. How's he doing that? Manipulation. Esau uses manipulative patterns, all right? He uses kind, small words to trick you into thinking that you're doing something of your own volition, when really you're doing the working of Satan, all right? He does it in such a slick way that you don't even realize that you're being fooled. You don't even realize it. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs 3:31, it says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Don't envy him. Don't envy him. He's going to come with smooth, kind words and make you feel like, oh, if we could just come together, we could build the second Tower of Babel. Okay. This is all from all humanity. This is what you love. We love each other. Psalms 55:20, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. We know he's done that many times. Just ask Gad himself. Ask the northern kingdom. Verse 21, it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. That's right. So he's on the nightly news, okay, buttering you up, all right, giving you fluff stories. Meanwhile, another shooting in Chicago today. That makes 15 for the day. Meanwhile, he's went out throughout the entire world, shooting and killing, stabbing, raping, all right, groping, all kind of stuff. All types of weirdo stuff he's doing. All right. It says, but war was in his heart. His words were smoother than oil, yet were they drawn swords. That's right. So this is him using those same words and those same. He's looking to capture us into his net. All right, so that we would take his RFID. That's ultimately what this is going to end in his mind. Okay, with the elect being eliminated off the earth and everybody being RFID'd, you know what I'm saying, on the 5G network. Ultimately what he's trying to do. Operation Mockingbird plays a part in this. Okay? Let's go to Job. Like I said, it's going to be precept heavy. All right? Job 20:10, it says his children seek to please the poor. And that's one of his ways he's going to try to draw you to the net. He's going to come with reparation talk. He's going to say, well, you know what, we acknowledge that we have done the so-called Native Americans wrong, and this today, instead of going to be Thanksgiving, we're going to call it Natives Day or some, or Columbus Day. We're going to change it to Natives Day. All right. It says his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. That's right. So that's another way with the 501c3. He's going to use all these different ways to trick you into thinking that you are his equal. He does not view you as his equal. Newsflash, he does not view you as his equal. He sees you as a means to an end, and that end being RFID. All right. Verse 11, his bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. That's right. He's going to come sit in the dust, which dust represents confusion, which he's in a confused state always. That's why the entire world's confused. That's why we don't know what a boy or a girl is anymore. That's why we don't even know what a woman is anymore. Nobody knows anything in this generation. Okay. All they know is what the so-called white man tells them. Huh? Verse 12, it says, though his wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue. Understand. This devil ain't changed. He ain't changed one bit. And that's why we tell you what? We tell you to never trust thine enemy. Okay? Because it's beneficial. It's going to lead to life if you don't trust him. If you do trust him, well, we have graveyards full of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that made a grave mistake. All right, this is Sirach 12:10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Huh? He ain't never changed. He the same damn devil from the beginning. Remember, he was a golden cup in the Lord's hands. So he was not going to come in a way where it's going to be like the devil. We know that the devil ain't going to come with a pitchfork and, a big red long bushy tail and horns on top of his head. Some will. But he's not going to literally come, all right, in that manner. He's going to come, all right, with a smile on his face, with his hands raised towards you to shake your hand, to acknowledge you as his equal on this earth, as humans, although he has no hue. That's the devil we're dealing with, okay? And that does not make us pessimistic of the outcome that we see. That makes us optimistic, right? Because we know that Yahushua coming to shut down shop. And the prophets have been prophesied to come and to yell at this devil, or to shout him down. All right, just so we shout down the walls of Jericho. Okay, we're gonna shout down the walls of Babylon. All right, and Babylon is tumbling. This word is powerful. That's why we know we got the victory. And brothers that are in that spirit of, oh, woe is me, nigga, get out of that spirit. Get out of that spirit. It is written that we're going to win. That's why we're so boastful of this devil's downfall, huh? That's why we can call out his wicked operations, because we are not ignorant of his devices, huh? We're not ignorant. Job 20:12, it says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue. That's right. So he's using many different means to confound the world. And this ain't nothing new. Fair use.
Does it matter who owns your local TV station? While polls show Americans are increasingly worried about so-called fake news, they also show that many trust their local news more than other sources. The largest owner of local stations in the country is Sinclair Broadcasting. A viral video of Sinclair news anchors has again raised concerns about the way in which the company mixes news with partisan political opinion. William Brangham updates his story about the broadcast giant that originally ran last year.
A train derailment in Tennessee. Some routine road maintenance has led to a squabble.
We have some breaking news to tell you about. This is out of Bethesda tonight.
Night after night, the country's largest owner of local TV stations, the Sinclair Broadcast Group, reaches over a third of homes across the nation.
Compromise plan for the controversial Canisius Inn.
Most of us think of local news as just that, local. Stations run local stories produced and reported by local people. But if recently you tuned in to, say, WVTV, which is Sinclair's station in Milwaukee, you saw this.
Does the president have to repeat that fact day in and day out for us to believe it?
That's Boris Epshteyn, former member of the Trump administration and now chief political analyst for Sinclair. And here he was again on WEAR in Pensacola.
The president stating the fact that the fringes of the left and the right,
and on KSAS in Wichita,
are both capable of hate and violence does not mean he's condoning any of it.
And again on every single one of the 193 Sinclair stations across the country. Eric Lipton is a reporter for the New York Times who's been covering Sinclair.
They have, what they call must runs, which include Boris Epshteyn, who is a surrogate for Trump, who is, on the air talking about conservative issues. While the local news stations largely decide what their local news is going to be, covering of local government crime and local issues, there are these must runs that go on their networks across the United States, which have a decidedly conservative flavor.
This partisan tilt has many free speech advocates alarmed because not only does Sinclair own such a large chunk of the marketplace already, but it's hoping to get bigger still. If a proposed $4 billion merger with Tribune Media goes forward, Sinclair would now reach 3 out of 4 American households. Journalism professor Louis Friedland.
It is a real step in a very different direction to begin to say that the most trusted news source of most Americans is going to be allowed to be turned into an opinion organization, opinion machine for a very narrowly conservative point of view, night after night in local communities.
Television remains the main source of news for many Americans. In 2016, 46% of adults said they got their news from local TV stations, and it's information they trust. 41% of registered voters said they trust local news to tell the truth, while just 27% trust national news. Sinclair disputes having any kind of a political bent. Its executives declined to talk with us on camera for this report.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media. This weekend, the online site Deadspin created this compilation of dozens of Sinclair's local newscasters recording an identical promo accusing the national media of spreading fake news.
And the agenda control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 The video spread quickly on social media, again stirring criticism of the broadcast giant. Scott Livingston, Sinclair's senior vice president of news, responded in a memo saying the promo served no political agenda and represented nothing more than an effort to differentiate our award-winning news programming from other, less reliable sources of information. And today, President Trump defended Sinclair, tweeting, "Sinclair is far superior to CNN and even more fake NBC, which is a total joke." Meanwhile, Sinclair's bid to buy Tribune, and thus expand its reach dramatically in local news, is awaiting approval from the Justice Department and the FCC. For the PBS...
Yeah, whatever. As you can see, these devils, fair use by the way, these devils, they're funny. They tell good jokes. Because this right here is nothing more than, you know what I'm saying, propaganda used by the sword of Esau. It's a part of Esau's sword, all right, to convince the world, all right, that everything that you see is not what you see. You know? You know? I just want to play this little clip right here. We'll get out of here.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Fair use.
Aliens and robots?
Yes, sir.
You're telling me that there is a movie company in Hollywood right now that is funded by the CIA?
Yes, sir.
What's wrong with the bikes again?
We tried to get the message upstairs.
You think this is more plausible than teachers?
Yes, we do. One, there are no more foreign teachers in Iran.
And we think everybody knows Hollywood people. And everybody knows they'd shoot in Stalingrad with Pol Pot directing if it would sell tickets. One of the themes of Argo is about storytelling and how powerful it is, from political
Fair use.
theater to the way we kind of communicate to our children, to the way that we inspire people, you know. And it's interesting that Hollywood and you know, the clandestine services are both spend most of their time convincing people that something that's not true is in fact true.
You don't have a better bad idea than this?
This is the best bad idea we have, sir. By far.
The United States government has just sanctioned your science fiction movie.
Thank you, sir. Hollywood sort of develops this way of telling stories and oftentimes uses that and philanthropic causes or political causes, which people may or may not think are good. But, you know, there are really positive offshoots. Mostly, I think it's, you know, self-serving and kind of designed to be that way. But I think some good things also do happen. This is an exceptional example of something good happening. But yeah, it's possible.
How about the horses of Achilles? No good. Nobody does westerns anymore. It's ancient Troy. If it's got horses in it, it's a western.
Yeah, Kenny, please? Yeah, it's John Chambers about the Office Space.
It doesn't matter.
It's a fake movie.
If I'm doing a fake movie, it's going to be a fake hit.
I think Alan Arkin said that it's not a spoof, it's not a satire, and people can get confused about that. What would you say it is?
He just gets cranky when he's asked that question, so he's like, no, it isn't a spoof. I would say that that there's comic elements to it. I guess we're not satirizing Hollywood in the sense that we're like not holding specific things up for, you know, to be lampooned, but there is there is a way in which the movie sort of rolls its eyes a bit.
I got an idea.
They're a Canadian film crew for a science fiction movie. I fly into Tehran. We all fly out together as a film crew. I need you to help me make a fake movie.
So you want to come to Hollywood and act like a big shot without actually doing anything?
Yeah.
You'll fit right in.
Are there many actors in Hollywood who also moonlight as agents, do you think?
I think there are probably quite a few, yes. I think probably Hollywood is full of CIA agents, and we just don't know it. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to discover that, you know, this was extremely common.
Are you a CIA?
I am, yes. And now you've blown my cover, so there goes my career. I hope the directing thing better work out.
He's saying that in tongue-in-cheek, but really, you can't put it past these devils, man. Understand, man. These devils are very, 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 very slippery. All right, and you know, but hey, the Lord got a hold of that spirit, okay? And you know, the Lord set up the men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, to come in and to confound this devil. And that's what we've done, all right? And we're going to continue to do it till Yahushua cracks those clouds. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Waharakakadash, Shalom to the elect.